Yeah, I pretty much believe that the party took place. Boris Johnson's not very trustworthy. He's very careful to lie without lying, and I think it definitely wouldn't surprise me if there was a party or a number of parties who were kind of covered up. It's kind of par for the course for the government at the moment. I think it was justified, but there should be more that took place. I mean, she definitely should have gone. It was really disgusting, the kind of laughing about that stuff in that kind of footage. But I think that won't. I guess the story's not really going away, and people on the streets are really quite disgusted by it. Yeah, I think, well, it'd be interesting to see if the Tories have any more Christmas parties, but actually for this, the government's always been quite slow at bringing in new restrictions when there's been more COVID cases, so actually, whilst the intention might have been to distract from other news stories, I think it's probably quite a good thing to bring in those restrictions in earlier rather than later.
I think mixed reactions really. Anger initially, because obviously during that time in the country everybody was locked down, and it almost feels like it's one rule for the leaders of our country and another for everyone else. I know a lot of people suffered over that time. Personally, as those parties were going on in Downing Street, my granddad was in hospital dying of COVID, and I know a lot of people have been affected by it on quite a personal level like that. So anger, frustration, and just kind of resentment really. There seems to be no accountability whatsoever. They've kind of brushed it off and used potentially used these additional COVID measures as a bit of a distraction technique. So it just feels like there's zero accountability, and I've kind of lost faith in the government altogether really as a result of this. So yeah, and I don't know if you saw the video of Jacob Rees-Mogg. There was another video that surfaced. He is the local MP for the constituency of my hometown Bath, and again it just seems like a bit of a sick joke.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely a dead cat to distract from what is really going on behind closed doors in Parliament. I think we should all be very, very angry that a bill has been passed that criminalises our right to protest. We're essentially becoming a dictatorship if we allow Boris Johnson to continue. Then that's what's going to happen, and in 20 years' time we're going to have, our children, the next generation, asking why did nobody stop him. So yeah, I think the Christmas parties aren't the real issue here. I think we need to be looking at what's going on in Parliament.
I feel like it's quite sad seeing that there were lots of families that were not able to get together, lots of dying parents and their kids not being able to be with them, and to see that the people responsible for holding those rules are being so immature and being so childish in terms of their own activities in comparison to the rules that they're enforcing on other people. So I believe it's very unfair. I feel like it's all a show, to be honest. It's just to show everyone that they're actually doing something about the lockdown and about a new strain of COVID happening. I feel like we need to just start living with it, and of course have yearly vaccinations, and yeah, that's how I feel.
It is exactly what I would expect of this pathetic government. It is just completely them all over. And the way they sort of responded to it with all this fannying about, it's just, I mean, it's depressing, but it is really funny. It is just, what next? I'd be surprised if people comply as hard as they have done in the past, because it's kind of stuff like the Christmas party. I think the government's just lost a lot of people's faith, if they ever had it.